So considering its annual credits, unlimited lounge access, travel perks, and other benefits, is the American Express Platinum the best Canadian travel credit card? Let's find out in this video. Hey everyone, it's Griffin here, and most of you probably already know that the Canadian travel credit card space is a very competitive market that caters to the diverse needs of Canadians seeking rewards and perks for their travel expenses. And with a range of offerings from various financial institutions, these credit cards typically provide users with opportunities to accumulate points, miles, and cash back that can be redeemed for flights, hotel stays, and other travel-related expenses. Additionally, features such as travel insurance, airport lounge access, and exclusive travel benefits further enhance the appeal of many of these cards, with the widely considered holy grail being the American Express Platinum card. But does it live up to the hype, and is it worth the hefty $799 annual fee? Well, I got my hands on one so that I could answer this question for myself. Let's talk about it. So it's no surprise that with an annual fee of $799, the American Express Platinum card is among the most expensive credit cards available to Canadians. Now, when you receive the card, it comes in a nice matte box, definitely the nicest presentation that I've ever received for a credit card, and the card itself is made of metal, making it a really nice card to carry and use. That said, at $799, one would hope that the presentation and card quality are top-notch in the first place, and for the hefty price, the card does come with quite a few annual credits to alleviate the cost. First of all, the Platinum card comes with a $200 annual travel credit, which has to be booked within Amex's platform to apply though, but is essentially a $200 credit towards any travel within the year. It also comes with a newly implemented $200 annual dining credit that only applies when dining at one of the registered restaurants across Canada, all of which are fine dining experiences, so definitely a nice outing with a significant other or a crazy meal alone if that's more your thing, as the bill itself needs to exceed $200 or more to actually end up applying against the charge. So right off the bat, between these two credits alone though, we're looking at a value of $400, which technically brings down the annual cost of the card to $399, but you have to make sure to use these credits, otherwise you're leaving valuable perks on the table and paying a hefty price for the card. Let's now talk about earning points with this card along with the sign up bonus, and then at the end of the video we'll calculate whether or not this card makes sense depending on your situation. Alright, so earning points on the Platinum card actually isn't as advantageous as you might come to expect considering other offerings in the Canadian credit card space, where the Amex Platinum only earns you 2 points per dollar spent on dining and food delivery purchases in Canada, 2 points per dollar spent on travel, plus an additional point per dollar spent within Amex's travel online platform, and then 1 point per dollar spent on any other purchase made with this card. So quite honestly, earning points through spending isn't where the value lies with this card. You know, my Amex Cobalt earns me 5 points per dollar spent on food and drinks, so it still remains my go-to card for groceries and restaurants that I'd highly recommend you also pick up for daily spending. There's a link down below in this video's description, and you'll get the sign up bonus using my link. Now, what makes the Platinum card great in year one though is the hefty sign up bonus value, which right now at the time of filming this video is equivalent to 70,000 bonus Amex points in the first year if you spend $10,000 on the card in the first 3 months of card ownership, and then an additional 30,000 points if you end up making a purchase between months 14 and 17 of card ownership, essentially incentivizing you to keep the card an additional year, but you certainly don't have to. You could cancel it just before the next year rolls around, right? So bottom line, if you have no way of spending 10 grand on the card in the first 3 months though, definitely hold off on applying for this card until a large upcoming purchase ends up coming up. Now, at their base value, Amex points are worth $10 per 1,000 points, or 1 cent per point, meaning 70,000 points in year one is essentially equivalent to $700 in value if you book travel through Amex or just simply apply these points against your statement balances. And you need to have spent $10,000 though on the card, let's remember, to get the bonus points in the first place. So let's just assume that you ended up earning them, say, at 1 point per dollar spent. This means you would have 80,000 points for a value of $800. That being said, American Express points can also be converted over to Aeroplan points on a 1-to-1 basis. And Aeroplan points have a value ranging from around 1.5 to 2 cents per point, depending on how you choose to apply them. So let's say at an average of 1.75 cents per Aeroplan point, this essentially means that your 80,000 Amex points could be worth around $1,400 when converted over to Aeroplan and used against travel, which is absolutely fantastic. So at this point, let's tally up the strict year one value for the Amex Platinum card. And I say strict here because there are some more benefits to speak about shortly, but that aren't as quantifiable. So considering a yearly fee of $799, $400 in annual credits, and then $1,400 in point value, this brings the year one value of this card to $1,000 in positive value. And if you choose to keep the card for year two, your additional 30,000 bonus points means you're looking at only around $126 in positive value, but still worth it nonetheless, not even taking into account the other benefits that we'll speak about. Undoubtedly, one of the best perks that comes built in with the Amex Platinum card, and one of the primary reasons why I moved forward with it, is the unlimited access to airport lounges around the globe. So as someone who travels quite frequently with my partner, we're constantly faced with overpriced and usually subpar airport food options, along with noisy and loud airport terminal waiting areas, keeping us really from making our travels a productive time to actually get some work done rather than just burning time waiting for your flight. As an American Express Platinum card holder, you get unlimited access for you and a guest that you're traveling with to most airport lounges in main airports, including Centurion lounges, Plaza Premium lounges, Delta Sky Club, airspace lounges, Priority Pass, and lounges by Swissport. If you're curious about if your local airport has a lounge, by the way, you can easily search for it on their website to get additional information about it. For example, at my local airport in Ottawa, Ontario, I get access to the Aspire Lounge, which I actually took advantage of to have dinner during my recent trip to Europe. And since I had a layover in Montreal before the long haul flight, I also had the opportunity to access the lounge at the Montreal airport to grab some more snacks and refreshments before the flight, all included in the cost of the Platinum card. So right there, had we paid for access to these lounges out of pocket, that would be over $200 in cost since I was traveling with my partner, and on the way back, the exact same thing would apply. 2 people times 2 lounges, another $200. So right there, technically that would be $400 in value. Now, of course, you don't have to pay for lounge access even if you don't have one of these cards, which is why I don't consider this a direct financial benefit that's easily calculated against the $799 annual fee, but this does make the entire traveling experience so much better if you're a frequent traveler, which even above the cost of the food itself that is free in these lounges, comfort during travel also has a tremendous value to me. So considering the fact that I travel at least 5 times a year, usually with my partner, this means that for each way in the trip, 2 people at a value of say $50 each, because that's around how much each entry to these lounges costs, we're looking at a value of $1,000 in lounge access throughout the year, which to me makes this highly worth it. And adding that to the $1,000 in direct value from the card in year one, this makes the Amex Platinum a no-brainer. Of course, depending on whether or not you travel a lot will be a large determining factor to consider in your decision to get the Amex Platinum or not, which again is very pricey. Now, above the annual credits and travel perks, the Amex Platinum also prides itself with offering some of the best travel insurance and coverage in the industry, with trip cancellation insurance up to $2,500 per person per trip, flight delay insurance up to $1,000, baggage delay insurance up to $1,000 as well, and a couple more, including $500,000 in travel accident insurance and car rental theft and damage insurance for vehicles with an MSRP of up to $85,000. So all in all, the American Express Platinum card is definitely a premium card. There's no doubt about that. That won't be suitable for everyone's needs, but that offers great perks for heavy travelers. Now, as a premium travel card, it would be nice if the Amex Platinum did offer zero FX fees on foreign transactions, like for example, the Scotiabank Passport Visa card that offers zero foreign transaction fees and up to 6 lounge visits per year, coming in at a much lower annual fee, but also has quite a few less benefits. And 6 lounge visits can easily be filled up in the year, depending on if you have multiple layovers and if you're traveling with another individual. Additionally, for ongoing everyday purchases, a card like the Amex Cobalt is probably going to be a better bet with higher points per dollar spent in most categories. So that's why I also keep that one in my wallet. By the way, if you're interested in checking out any of these cards to take advantage of the best sign-up bonuses available, make sure to use the links down below in this video's description and don't miss out on my other travel credit card content on the channel. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.